Happy Halloween, everybody. Arnold's back on the big screen. Let's talk some Terminator 6, or better yet, Terminator Dark Fate. So, Terminator Dark Fate is the sixth Terminator movie, but the way this movie follows, it's basically Terminator 3, because this takes place after the sequel to T2, 22 years later, from after Judgment Day, from the original Terminator 2 movie. So, Terminator Dark Fate was obviously looking forward to this movie. I'm a huge fan of Terminator as far as the story goes and the characters. I was really excited to see Linda Hamilton come back, reprising her role as Sarah Connor. Of course, Arnold Schwarzenegger coming back as the Terminator, and James Cameron coming back to help produce and help write the story. So you had the trifecta, the original trilogy of people that made T1 and T2. So I think that part was really making me very excited to see what they were going to do with this next movie in the franchise. So all that being said, it was fine. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't fantastic. It was fine. I'm gonna say it's fine. There were some really good things that went for it. Like I said, a lot of the main characters from the original first two are back, and then there's obviously new faces to keep it fresh and up to date, relevant to this day and age and this generation. So with that being said, it does have its flaws. I'm going to go first off with the story, and that's actually something that I was really kind of looking forward to, because James Cameron is one of the people that is helping with the story and the screenplay, and it was fine. It was something that I felt like while I was watching the movie, the beginning of it, I was like, all right, here we go. I'm liking the feel of this. The action and the visual effects seem to be pretty darn cool. The new Terminator, the main villain in this one, it's always cool to see, what kind of bad Terminator they're going to come up with, because with each movie they're trying to, obviously up it and make it, badder and stronger and a lot harder to kill and more nemesis. So this one is called the Rev 9, and it comes from a future that there is no longer Skynet. So Sarah Connor and John Connor from T2 actually did prevent Judgment Day from happening. And what happened was there was no Skynet and no, Judgment Day happening in 1997. What basically happened was, even though they stopped Judgment Day, there was still an artificial intelligence now called Legion that is producing all the Terminators and AI to take over the world and to kill mankind. So there's no Skynet. It's Legion now. So I was still kind of like, all right, they're trying to make it something new and not always Skynet, but there was still a part of me, especially the nostalgic part of me, that was like, oh, that kind of sucks, because Skynet was always there. That was always the main cause and the main core of evil that was happening in the future. Now it's Legion, all of a sudden, brand new. All right, give that a pass. The new Terminator, he was pretty cool. He was kind of reminded me of Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines, where it was, part liquid metal, like from T1000, and also part machine, combined, like, Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines was with the girl Terminator, but a lot, obviously better done, well done. Basically, the Terminator could split into two people. It could be in its natural core metal robotic cyborg, and then it could also be separate and also be like a T1000, a liquid metal Terminator. So that was kind of neat and cool to see that it could split into two different, people and go after you and stuff. So that was different. That was fresh. I appreciated that. I liked that. That was really cool. The new Terminator was actually more out of the bout, more human. It had like a human quality to it right away. It wasn't like a machine or robotic, and it didn't have to learn from humans to be human. It just knew right away, instant, okay, I know who I am and I know how to disguise myself and go after you. So that was pretty like intense, that it already knew how to have that human kindness to it. So yeah, I give props to the bad guy. I think they did a cool job, especially just coming up with something a little different and new and a little twist with that. It was awesome to see Linda Hamilton. Oh my gosh, like, I can't believe it's been that long since we've seen her. last time she was in a Terminator movie was 1991, T2 Judgment Day, which still is the best Terminator in my opinion, by far none. Um, and I feel like that movie is just like, I don't think there's ever going to be a Terminator movie, if they keep making movies, that is going to top that. It just had everything about it was just magic, with Arnold and John, the kid playing John Connor, and Sarah Connor, that three way of people becoming allies and going up against that liquid metal T1000, and just special effects and everything about that movie was just so darn amazing and epic. But it was really cool that they brought Linda Hamilton back. I'm really glad to see her. She's been like, MIA. I feel like I haven't seen her in like anything. So I really like that part. It was awesome to see Arnold. I love seeing Arnold. I know he's in his 70s, and I don't care, because the guy takes care of himself, looks great, and there is no good guy Terminator that's gonna ever beat Arnold. Arnold is that, and no one's gonna top that guy, no matter who they are, So I'm still glad that they're able to still utilize him and put them in these movies with the storyline they put in. So basically, the way he fits in this movie is that he was actually a Terminator, and I don't want to spoil anything. He was another Terminator that came and had a mission in the past. And the really cool thing about this movie that I was not expecting is, in the beginning of the movie, there is a de-aging scene, and it was really good. Like, I don't want to say anything, but when you guys see it, I'm talking about, obviously. But I was not expecting that. I did not see that come in. And I'm just amazed what they are able to do with technology and CGI. And this de-aging thing is really awesome. Like, it made these characters, like, when I was watching at least, like, oh my gosh, they went back in time to make this movie or something, or it was a lost scene. But no, it was the de-aging effect. So I really liked that, and that was really cool. That's what I'm saying about, I had a really nice start and twist in the beginning of the movie, and I was like, all right, here we go, sweet. They're really remembering, from the previous movies, and bringing some of that story and characters back. Cool to have oh yeah, so the new protector, the new guardian, you want to call it, obviously you see from the trailers, is a woman, and her name's Grace. She's from, obviously, the future, and she's basically a, I want to say, enhanced human. So she's got, like, I guess, machine parts in her, or a, type of, inner core that is more flesh and more, like, I guess, machine, but she's still human. Like, she was human before, and she basically volunteered to have this enhancement done to her, so she's able to have more strength, superhuman strength, agility, quickness, all that. So basically, runs and acts and looks like a machine, but is human. She was fine. I think that was the part of the movie where I was, like, not feeling her. And I wasn't, like, too impressed with her character. And I was kind of like, I just wanted to see Sarah Connor and Terminator teaming up again. That was the part, and the parts I liked about the movie, seeing those two finally meet up in the movie. That's what made me happy. And the girl, who is basically, I want to say, the new John Connor, female version, did great. Her name is Danny in the movie, and she's basically Earth's new, savior of having to stand up and rise and have a revolution against the machine and all that, and Legion now is what it's called. She did a great job. I thought her acting was spot on. So the acting was fine. I just feel like there was parts where Sarah Connor and Grace, the machine, the new protector, they butted heads, and I just didn't like that. It didn't come off as probably smooth, and the tone of it that I wanted it to be. It kind of was like they both just were on each other's nerves more than, half the time. I enjoyed it. I mean, if you're a huge fan of Terminator like I am, it is definitely worth watching. I believe you will enjoy it. The story just was lacking a little bit, not as strong as I want it to be, but the visual effects were great. It was good to see Arnold, Linda, James Cameron being part of the team again. So I honestly have no idea what they're going to do after this, because the way this movie ends, it can still go. There's so much that they can do with it if they wanted to, but if not, then, they just start from the ground up and make a totally new Terminator for the new generation. But you know what? I don't know. Like I said, No one can be Arnold. No one can take that spot. So I don't know what they're going to do at this point. There is no post-credit scene, so you don't have to wait till the very end of the movie. Just to let you guys know and save you some time. It's just once the movie ends, it ends and the credits roll. So yeah, guys, it was fine. It was okay. It didn't blow me away, but it wasn't like god awful. So at least it had some good parts and it had some really strong cast members coming back and reuniting. So yeah, guys, I will see you on the next show, and you take care and have a wonderful night. See ya. Bye bye.
I'll be back.